Viewers, welcome back to another episode of Breakfree the podcast where we talk about the business work, promoting business lifestyle, and motivating and inspire young people. We're also on Facebook and on YouTube. So please, guys, please like and subscribe and follow. And today I have a wonderful here, Mario Saligee, who also has a business in accounting, booking firm, and he has a parenting business. So if you're interested in that, this is the episode to watch. Tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, hi Marshall. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I've been in business for from 2012. Just after I worked for the city for more than 15 years, and then when I started off as a bookkeeper. And the reason for that was because I was very much influenced in my mother. My mother was an accountant for years, and she's got her own company as well. I'm also part of an part owner. So yeah, I was very much influenced in that, and I started off my business in 2012 doing bookkeeping, and yeah, we just took off. I have I can tell you there's a lot of challenges into it, but eventually we can say we're doing well. We're not doing too bad.
But before we get right into deep into the personal side of things, we're gonna go back to your history, like where did you go to school?
Okay, yeah, I lucky for me, I went to one primary school that's only in Atlantis, and it's Breakfree Primary. I started off at then called Sub A, was nou graad 1. And then I finished off in Standard 5 there, but I went to quite a few high schools. We moved a lot. My mother was being accountant. She used to move a lot where she was working, so we moved a lot. And so I was at two high schools in Atlantis, but a number of high schools everywhere else.
Yeah.
Where I ended off in Windhoek. I matriculated in Windhoek. And that was years ago, my friend.
So I don't know, man, when you get matric, like, and did you also, because you're talking about your mother, like being in accounting, was that also your field you want to go in, or what?
Not really.
After
Yo, that's a good question, Marshall. Marshall, not really. I'll be honest with you. It was not the field I wanted to be in. I actually despised bookkeeping and accounting. I didn't study it at all. I matriculated with maths and science. So I was more into that line. But because the influence of my mother, she always wanted us to go into that line. I just did it because I wanted to keep her happy as well. So at the start, it wasn't where I wanted to be honest with you. But I did it because I wanted to keep her happy. But at the moment, I can tell you, after years of doing counting and that, I really saw the benefits of being part of that or being in that field.
Okay. You said at some point you were also in the Navy. Tell us a little bit about this experience.
Yeah, I was. Look, that is one of the times that we in the old apartheid system, we were not asked, we were told. So yeah, I spent a little time there as well, and but it was something that it's in Windhoek, I was in Walvis Bay, something that I really enjoyed as well. But when I got the opportunity to come back to South Africa, I took it two hands.
So like what was your basically first 9 to 5 job?
My first 9 to 5 job was at the city. I was 20 years old.
Okay.
And then I started 20, just turned 21. And I got a job, an opportunity with the city. I was still actually living in Windhoek. I moved down here, and then I got the job. And that was my first job. I was a cashier at the city. A cashier. And that time it was still okay. People used to pay. They used to do okay. And then eventually I moved on in the finance director. And yeah, I ended off to being I had a few people that worked with me, and yeah, and then after about, like I said, 10 to 15 years, I decided now I can't do this anymore. I want to do something else.
Okay. So what is the in the work environment? There's a lot of problems and stuff. What is the best lesson you learned while you were working?
Yeah, I think by working, especially in the public sector, I can tell youngsters they go and study. That is the one thing that I took advantage of when I was in the city. We had a lot of time. There was a time where people didn't pay anymore, and then I could utilize this where I could go study, and it helped a lot. I can tell you that because people, this especially in this day and age we live in, you have to have this small piece of paper because people don't worry about experience anymore. But what is important is that the youngsters take that opportunities, but they must have that small piece of paper to at least get into the opportunities.
Okay. I know at some point in your history you were also playing soccer.
Yeah, I was. It was not only too bad, Marshall. I wasn't too bad. I also played in Windhoek. I was playing for Namibia stage. And then I came down and I came to play here, and I didn't do too bad. I was doing quite well. That was my passion. That was my passion. Then I started as a goalkeeper, and then I ended off by I was playing in the central defense, and I was doing well. I think I put a lot of my life into soccer because soccer was my passion. That was I lived just for playing soccer, and eventually, yeah, you get old.
Yeah.
And even you don't actually, you get a little, you get old, and then you must start retiring, thinking of other things. But the soccer gave me a little bit of a boost. So much so that I was also in the admin part of soccer. I got the opportunity to go study. I did my diploma in sports admin through the soccer in Atlantis. And yeah, I at least got a diploma there. And yeah, I think the soccer was the one that actually pushed me up to leadership.
But is it part? You say like leadership is it part also of discipline?
Yeah, definitely. So if I think I was one of the hardest players that you can play with. Yeah? Very ill discipline at the start. I can tell you that. Very ill discipline. But eventually, I started to know that if I keep my discipline, I can actually do well.
Okay.
And then when I started to see that, my career in soccer just boosted. So
Okay.
that is the I think that is the lesson I can even tell youngsters as well. Just keep that discipline. We've got a lot of talent, but a lot of times we're not disciplined enough.
So, at what point did you really like and start thinking, okay, I need to do my own business now?
Yeah, look, after I was working for the city, and then I think it was 6 years in my city career where we were in the cash offices. We weren't getting a lot of customers, a lot of work. And then I started to think, okay, now I must make the change. I must start studying, do something, keep myself busy. And then I went to go study. I did a public admin with the city, and then I went to go study. I did. I eventually ended off by doing HR diploma as well. So I had the public admin, I had a business admin, I had HR as well. And then I decided after a few years at the city, I then decided, look, I must run my own thing because of the influence of my not only my parents but my family. Because most of my family are business people.
Okay.
Okay, and then with that influence, I decided, okay, come give it a shot. Let me see, because just like everybody else, I also had the dream, the dream of working for my own, doing my own, getting my own money, and I thought, okay, let us push for that.
Okay. So, how did you start? Was there any help of anyone to assist you?
Look, I can tell you I got a lot of help from my mother's side because like I said, was in accounting for quite a number of years, so she used to help me a lot with the paperwork. A lot of businesses don't realize that you can have the dream, but you must do your homework first. There's a lot of stuff that you must do before you can start realizing that dream. And she helped me a lot. She helped me with getting myself registered properly, knowing where to register, getting everything in place. That was a very good help. And then I had influences, obviously, of my other family as well that had businesses. So they could at least tell me where the loopholes is, where you're gonna have challenges, stuff like that. And that helped a lot as well.
Hi viewers, and thank you for watching at Breakfree. And guys, please do not forget to please like and subscribe. And if you put more comments down, we get good content and good case for you guys. So please, guys, do not forget one more thing. Get back to the video. How did you start doing the marketing?
Look, at marketing, I think that is a fundamental part of any business. I think I spoke to you earlier on, and there was one thing you will hear. I'm very passionate about that. Is because I don't like the 9 to 5 job anymore. Where I'm just doing admin. I don't like it. I like to go speak to people, connect with people, and that is a fundamental part of marketing. What I realized is that you build relationships while you're doing that marketing. Because if you build relationships, people will then connect with you. And as soon as you got that connection, then you've got where you can at least give them your product and then see. And a lot of times your product is not going to be perfect, but they're going to help you if you've got a relationship with them.
What is in the industry? What is actually asking?
Look, at the moment, I think a lot of the business is doing service, providing services, man. Service. A lot of us wants, because this dream, we want to be rich. But to work and get rich, you need to also put in the time and the effort. I always think of how we started, where you were in your business. You were part of your business. But eventually, you become, your priorities change, and then you start looking into your business. Then you got people that helps you work. I won't say work for me. I say we help you because they also promoting your business, and then you can start looking in where the loopholes is. And the bigger you grow, the more you're gonna have to have that eye onto the business. So you're not in the business anymore. Then you're looking onto your business. I think that will help a lot.
Did you ever think like at some point your business is gonna fail?
Yes, we failed. Whoa, ask my wife. We failed. We had a business in that we started just after the city, and eventually we had to close down. To close down the business, there was something that we sometimes we make decisions that is maybe you didn't think it through, and then you lose. And a lot of the times you lose in a sense where you have to you lose almost everything, and you have to start all over again. So yeah, we lost it. Eventually, we Dharam picked up again. I got onto the horse, like they say, got onto the horse, and we just went on again, and we just tried again. And yes, you're gonna have a little bit of challenges again, but you get there.
But what actually, because you said you had you failed now, the business, you see, hey, the business could have. What was the one thing that motivated you to keep on saying, no, I'm not going to give up?
Look, you must just remember that if you start business, there's, I think, there's a saying that you must work hard. You must work hard. So that is where you are motivated. The things, the priorities that you have in your life. And a lot of us, we do it. We do it because of our families. We do it because we need income. We do it because we want to have an influence over our area. And then if you look at where you fail, and you look back and say, okay, what did I do wrong? Because I still need to influence that portion of my life, with my family and my area, my community. Then it just gives you that kick again. Says, okay, now you start again. Come try again. So yeah.
Okay, I know your person. I think your person is now 12 years, right?
Yeah, I started in 2012. I started in 2012, so we now 2026, about 14 years. Yeah.
About 14 years. So, okay, that time AI wasn't such a big thing, but now when AI exists, do you use AI to
I think a lot of people do, but the challenge with AI is that you must personalize your thing that you want from it. AI it does stuff very general, do it very general. So you must personalize the thing in a mode where you know that will be for you. So you can use it, and I think we certainly do, but we personalize it as well. We go through it again. We look at what we don't want into it, stuff like that, and then we put it in. I working with a lot of the customers, that the businesses, that is where we go wrong, because we think that we can utilize a general thing and then make it work for us. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to put a little bit of effort into to personalize that AI
or instruct AI to specific stuff. In your business over time, did you get any awards?
Man, not in business. I'll be honest with you. I don't see success in getting recognition from people. I don't see that as success. I see success as getting where I can help my community, where I can help myself. That is where I determine success. Yes, we need to make money. We need to, as a business, we need to grow. That is where I measure success. So I didn't get any merits because I don't uh, put a lot of effort into getting that type of recognition.
I want to know, man, can you take us through on your day to day while you're doing the business?
Sure, yeah.
How busy you are?
Look, at the moment, I can tell you, I've got two priorities in my life,
Mm.
and three actually. The one is my connection with my God. The second one is my family, and the third one is my business. So if you look at how I operate, I on a Wednesday and on a Sunday I don't do business. I don't do business because that is my time that I spend with my God. Even though we must spend our time with our God every day, but I put a little bit of effort into that 2 days for my God. Then the other 4 days, you can put it. I actually work 5 days on Saturdays as well. So that 5 days, I put 2 days to my accounting side or my bookkeeping side, and then the other 3 days I utilize for the printing side of my business. And I put a little bit of effort in. Why for that? Because there's certain time frames in the printing side where it start boom, and that is usually from a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
But why, because you do the account, why did you decide to do a second business as well?
Then I don't see myself as being a creative. I don't always see the creative side of myself. Being in the accounting field, you just do the books. Okay, but a lot of people say that can also be creative because just remember, you need to balance people's books and you must be able to get people where they can score a little money and stuff like that. So you must be creative. But I never saw myself being creative. So in COVID time, when we couldn't do business, there was a time that we couldn't do business. All my clients is small businesses. We couldn't do business. Then I decided, because I bought these machines also for the church actually, because I wanted to do stuff for the church. And then I said, okay, come and try this. And eventually, after in that year of COVID, things just boomed. So, oh, this is nice. And then I started to see, hey, wat ek is daarom creative. Hulle sê, mos dit die vrouens is creative, no? Then I said, oh, but I can feel that creativity. So that then boosted me, made me more. I didn't see stuff as challenges anymore. So, hey, yeah, I can do certain things. And then if you see the happiness of people, as soon as you finish a project, then you say, okay, this is what I want. So then, because I already had clients, I didn't want to just put the bookkeeping side one side and just concentrate on the printing side. I juggle both now.
Okay. So, because like I said, sometimes even I don't know, in the accounting side, maybe also the down, so then the other business can boost the up.
Yeah, 100%. You see, in counting, in bookkeeping, a lot of the customers pay you at a certain time frame. So what I saw with the printing side again, it's more of a cash flow. Can help you with my cash flow. So then, when I don't need to worry about my people that's going to pay the end of the month because I know that I've got the cash flow going until that time. So that helped a lot with my decision that I made.
It was the any challenges with this beginning of the current.
There's challenges with everything. I can tell you that. Look, I think that is what I wanted to just tell the youngsters out there. You can have the dream. You must have the dream. You must have a dream. But very important, be realistic. Because I'm very realistic. Being realistic in your approach of where you want to be. It was I worked for a German guy, Mr. Haas. He was a multi-millionaire. And when I started my business, I asked him a little advice. And the advice that he gave me was that he said that we mustn't grow too fast. And I think that is the advice I really want to give others as well. We think that as soon as we start the business, we're going to be millionaires. Take your time. Because as soon as you take your time, you're going to know what you can do in a certain time frame. You're not going to do bad services. You're going to put in more effort. Then you're going to see you're going to grow. You're going to take on people. And that is what it's all about. Growing with your business so that you know that when you can sit one day, you can sit to the back and you can see, hey, my business is doing well now.
So what actually motivates you?
I'm very much a family person. Because baie lief vir my familie. I got a grandson that I go fetch him every weekend now. I don't see him every day, but I see him weekends now. They are the ones that motivate me. My grandson, my children, my wife.
Mm.
Um, they sometimes you have a tendency to be distracted,
Mm.
and then they bring you back to reality. Yeah, like I say, I'm a realist. Back to reality, and then you start realizing God gave us this one who gives. And that is the one they are the ones that always keep me motivated. Ek dink ek as die een wat die minste, ek is altyd besig. I'm always busy, but I've got a wife that's always bringing me back on track. And like even with our arrangement, we were going to do this for a long time already. But it's not always we always don't make time for the stuff that's necessary. But then I got a wife that put me back and said, please don't forget about the important things, other stuff as well. So yeah, I love for my family.
If you would give some few words just to motivate them,
Yeah.
what would it be?
I can tell you from my side. I think I did tell you what I really want to tell them is if you want to start business, number one, don't grow too fast. Take it realistically. Look at stuff as a holistic thing, not only a small portion of your life. Um, get a little bit of studying in, get a piece of paper, especially in our communities. We don't study enough, especially the young men. Speaking to the young men, young women, they okay with the studying, but the young men they don't like to study. So please get that small piece of paper, and then get yourself connected with positive people, because that is going to determine where you are on your way. So that is my little bit my thing.
Thank you, Mr. Mario.
Thank you,
It was
my
nice talking to you.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, guys, please do not forget. Please like and subscribe. See you on the next episode.